craziness, you guys. So I know, okay, the world's gonna try to flip it on me and say, well, that's how people felt about you. And I was like, fuck that shit, because people really knew what the fuck I was trying to do. They would be different. My whole thing was I wanted to stop living because I was tired of dealing with other people's fucking problems and I couldn't live my own fucking life. Because that is one of my biggest problems. Because of fucking pieces of shit that wanted to deal drugs in the community, fucking up my life, not letting me be able to live my own life. I was tired of it, and I wanted to kill myself. And drugs looked like the way to do it, and they didn't work, bro. And that's the shit that I hate is people forcing their problems on other people. You get me? Live your own fucking life. Live your own fucking problems. And that's what I hated. My thing wasn't even doing drugs. My shit was I wanted to die, but I couldn't. And the closest thing to doing it was doing drugs, bro. There were so many nights I wanted to hang myself off the fucking Atlantic Bridge, bro. There was so many fucking nights I wanted to just fucking ask one of the homies for the fucking gun and just shoot myself because the world's a piece of shit. You know that? And I fucking hate it. That's my true goal in life was to end my life, bro. There was no reason to live, bro. After all the shit I went through, there was no reason to live. There was no girl worth being with because none of these girls are fucking mature enough to fucking figure out that fucking selling themselves and doing drugs is good. Shit, I didn't even want to do drugs when I did drugs. You know what I mean? So that's the whole fucking difference. So you can't come at me with the fucking, oh, that's how people felt about you. No, bullshit. Because when I was doing drugs, people knew I didn't want to fucking do drugs because I wanted to be DJing and not fucking doing drugs. So that's the difference between choosing to fuck up and being forced to fuck up and then being punished for some shit you didn't do. So that's why the fuck I was pissed because drugs took over the neighborhood, because fucking the police don't know how to be police, because fucking people don't know how to handle problems, and then my life, I didn't get to have a life. So then I was like, if I had to live like this and go through all this shit, I was like, I might as well be dead, bro, because I'm not living. Me having a life, I haven't had one. I've been fucking a slave this whole fucking time. I was like, what's the point of the fucking living? You know what I mean? And that's where I've been at. You know what I mean? So my shit's not even drugs. My shit is being able to kill myself because I gotten to a point where life just isn't worth living because I don't want to solve your fucking problems because you're in my fucking way because you're not letting me be the person I personally want to be. Especially when I did all the things to not be in this position. So that's the reason drugs ain't shit. My biggest thing is being able to end my shit because there's nothing in this world worth having. You know what I mean? Because all I've gotten in this shitty ass country, this shitty ass world, this shitty ass life, is other people's problems. And it's like, when the fuck do other people become responsible for their own actions, for their own shit, where Saeed could just live Saeed shit? Because my life is fucking simple and basic. It's fucking go to work, you buy fucking records, you fucking sit in a fucking garage and you make beats and you make remixes. But the fucking world wanted to complicate the shit out of my life, and then you and your fucking problems, and you and your fucking addiction, and you and your fucking being broke shit, and you having to fucking be a girl shit, you having to fucking be fucking, oh, Miss Gotcha bitch, you just having to go through life is fucking annoying, bro. What the fuck does that got to do with me and my fucking turntables? What the fuck does that got to do with me fucking being able to go to work just because your bitch ass wants to do drugs and fucking have sex with dudes? Nothing. That shit ain't got shit to do with me. Why the fuck are you bothering? That's the way I see life. And then it's like, fuck, then you can't even get a real fucking job. And that's the reason I'm at. That's the reason I feel like my life is not mine. And if I could, I would end my shit really fast because everybody else is in their way with their stupid ass problems that they chose to do. They chose to do. See, like when I look at my life, I'm like, well, the last time I made a decision was when I got a pair of turntables. That was the last time I made it. Oh, when I smoked a cigarette or when I smoke a blunt. I make a decision. Or when I have a beer, I make a decision. But when it comes to that tweak and the drug shit, oh, hell no. It's like I didn't have a choice on that shit. That's why I don't like that shit. I never fucking decided to go fuck up my life. Fucking every time I smoked some weed, I made a decision to smoke weed. Every time I smoked a cigarette, I made a decision to smoke a cigarette. Before I drank a beer, I made a conscious choice to drink a fucking beer. You know what I mean? But that other shit, I hate when I don't get a choice. Like, if you're not my girlfriend, if you're not my wife, I shouldn't care. It's not my business. It's disrespectful to be giving a fuck when you don't give a fuck. It's like, how am I supposed to let you live your fucking life? You know what I mean? If I have to tell you some shit about how you live in your life, this is fucking weird. But anyways, my whole thing is, I'm tired of having to solve other people's problems that they personally have created for themselves. You know, I can say that shit because I didn't make these problems in my life. And even in the meetings, they were like, "We will refund you your misery, Ike." I was happy as fuck, bro. My life was simple, basic. I went to school. I was a social person, but then drugs had to pick me because some motherfucker was broke. Because somebody needed money. Because that's what was going on and shit. Political races and shit. We lost the house that we lived in, and we had to move because the neighborhood went to shit, fucking drugs. I didn't get a choice. So it's like, that's why my thing is like, I'd rather die than be dealing with other people's problems that are mine. How come they get to affect me, and they're the ones fucking up, I just feel like it's unfair, the fact that I had to go through all this shit just to not do drugs when I didn't want to do drugs in the first place. And then people that do drugs get all these freedoms and all these fucking liberties, and they get to fuck up other people's lives. That's the shit I don't understand. But they're doing wrong and I'm doing right. Why do they have the right to bother me? And why do I have to be responsible for them if I didn't put them in that position? You know what I mean? I didn't put them in that position. I didn't give her drugs. I didn't give her any fucking thing. I shouldn't have to fucking give a fuck, And that's what the problem is. It's like, when do I get to live my life and say fuck everybody? Because, like, honestly, like, my life is too simple. My life was too great, bro. Compared to this shit, sitting here having to fucking not feel like I'm in a jail cell, hearing about other people's problems, having to be some fake ass dad for some fake ass people, having to fucking feel all these emotions for these fucking girls that don't have a fuck emotions, that only give a fuck about money, that aren't mature enough to understand that what the fuck they're doing is wrong. But anyways, I don't know. My thing is, like, that's the reason you need the rails around the train. People like me. The second I get the ability to kill myself, I would. You get me? And that is why you need a fence around the train. Because people like me and people get fed up with life and they just want to end it because it's not worth it. Because I have no control of it. And I haven't had control of it. Starting with being brought to this country, and then not having a say in anything. Like, wow. It's just fucking ridiculous. So my whole thing is, I hate having to deal with other people's problems. And it's days like this that remind me that I don't have a life if your life is fucking up my life. And dude, you just proved my point that life is not worth living, And like, what's the point of living if you don't get to be the person you want to be? If you don't get to live the life you personally want to live? If you don't get to be around the people you want to be? If you can't cut people out of your life? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? Like, I'm forced to fucking live like shit because she wants to live like shit? Fuck that, bruv. Why? You get me? Like, I didn't pick her. I didn't say, hey, let's do this. No, that shit is stupid, bro. You know what I mean? I bet you if I were to go fuck up today, if I were to go decide to go fuck up, which I rather would first try to kill myself before I go fuck up because I don't want to deal with this shit. So if I were to go fuck up today, she wouldn't feel shit. She wouldn't have to be responsible. But if she decides that she needs money or she needs to go suck a fucking dick, I have to look bad and I have to feel bad. But she's not my girlfriend. What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? Like, I don't know. I thought by not doing drugs, it would cure you of all the stupidity of the world. But I guess I was wrong. I don't know, man. It's days like this that piss me off. Like when I wake up in the fucking ER from an overdose and I wake up. Oh my God, that is the most painful shit ever, bro. When you wake up in the ER and you were definitely trying your hardest and you lived, oh hell no, that shit sucked balls, baby. And then you hear about these fake fucks that pretend to die to deal drugs. I'm just trying to live my fucking life, bro. It's not even about doing drugs or anything. It's just about being able to do one fucking thing. Live my life without having to deal with you, Like, fuck, like, if I could wake up every day and just deal with said, my life would be simple as fuck. But being forced to deal with other people's problems that chose to fuck up their life, that shit is fucking bullshit, That shit is not right. But anyways, I just had to say that, Life is my biggest problem. my life and people that have the ability to create problems in their life.